All right, mixing it up this week. We'll see how this goes. We're instead of doing a separate weekly recap and then a weekend buzz, we're going to kind of talk about what it was and what it is all in one episode. So let's hit some highlights from last week and then we'll jump into things to look forward to this weekend. What sticks out in your mind from last week, Cal?
Well, one thing that I did that you did not do that I can talk a little bit about, I went and got my hair done. I'm fortunate to have a great, what would you call it?
Stylist,
hairdresser. Hairdresser is so dated. I don't know.
Stylist.
So, yeah. Salon
Beautician.
I don't know. Salon 315. Carrie Matthews. I've been seeing her for years now. She has a great salon right on Genesee Street. And I see her every 4 weeks because I'm gray. Like I get this gray patch in the front.
Well, you would be gray.
Yeah. And so there's certain things that you can do to make yourself look a little bit younger, and dyeing your hair is definitely one of them. So I see her every 4 weeks. The salon is amazing. You feel like you're in New York City. I've talked about this before, but just to let everyone else know how talented she is, this week she is down in Miami for Miami Swim Week, which is a huge event for like swimwear. And she is styling the models' hairs, like certain models. So that is a huge, huge accomplishment for her. So I did want to mention that, and she does a great job on my hair.
You weren't invited to Swim Week?
I was not invited to Swim Week. No.
Maybe next year.
Maybe 20 years ago I might have been invited to Swim Week, but now not so much. No.
I got a little time with our boys. We got to use our WKTV golf cards. So as you know, regular listeners, we are members at Pine Hills, so we gravitate towards there quite a bit, and it's just an awesome course. We did play there this week as well, but on Saturday morning we got to Twin Ponds. I haven't played there in years. The drive up to the course, I don't know if there's a cooler drive up in the area. It's a long.
Where is Twin Ponds?
It's New York Mills, so right off of Okay. So you coming from the east, when you hit Voss's, that next light where you would normally veer right to get to Commercial Drive, you take a left. I guess that's Main Street, New York Mills.
Yeah,
and right there. So they got this long road leading up to the clubhouse, and these are all like 100-year-old, I'll mess it up, oak trees. It kind of looks like Augusta. I've got pictures. We'll attach it, but it's just a tree-lined road, which is really cool. Course was in great shape. There was a wedding there that day, so they do a lot of banquets. They do weddings. The course was all courses are challenging for me, but the the greens were super fast, and overall we had a good time. And check it out, Twin Ponds.
Friday, Jenna had her last softball game for school softball. I mean, it really never ends for our children.
It will one day, and we'll be sad.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's going to start summer ball, but school ball ended on Friday, and we were in Sequoia. They won. It was a good game. And we decided we wanted Piggy Pats for dinner. That's a great stop. It was a beautiful night just to be outside.
Live music.
Yeah, there was live music.
You can show up with your daughter in a dirty softball uniform. We sat outside.
Barbecue is pretty good. I think it's some of the best barbecue you're going to get, like in the valley.
Yeah, we were really impressed with the beef brisket. Yeah,
it was
the best of what we got. I'm just a sucker for cornbread. I think I was supposed to be born in the South. It's more my pace. I'm not mad at y'all. It's just people are very friendly. Food is great.
Service a lot slower.
They do fun things with brown water down there. But no, Piggy Pats, if you're looking for good barbecue, good vibe, a lot of people, it was packed.
The other thing to mention, we had talked about this when we first got there, that we used to go there all the time when our kids were little. Mm-hmm. They have a swing set, or like a playground, a little mini playground out in the back there where your kids can play. You can sit at a picnic table, wait for your food, have a drink. It's not your typical restaurant where the kids have to sit down and wait, and so that's a huge bonus for parents with little kids.
No doubt. It is boat and beach season here in Central New York. We have the best combination of friends ever. Friends that have camps, friends that have boats, right? We get to just show up, and enjoy all of it and then leave. There's no winterizing. There's no fueling it up. Yeah, we're those people. So we headed up to Hinckley Lake. You're going to get some strong opinions in the Utica Rome area around, all the different lakes and which ones, everyone's partial. The knock obviously on Hinckley is that it's very rocky in certain parts, a little muddy in certain parts, and certain times of the year, if we don't get enough rain, there's like not a whole lot of water.
Reservoir.
It's a reservoir.
Yeah.
But it is super close, right? We're just a few miles north of Utica and a few miles north of Barneveld. And, on a day like this past weekend, plenty of water, plenty of people, easy boat launch, probably the easiest in the world. You can launch from almost anywhere. Cost you what, like $6, $8, something like that. Yeah.
Launch your boat and then just park your truck.
And it's a great lake because everyone wants to call it Beer Can Beach. We've spent a lot of time at Hinckley and we've been schooled. It's not Beer Can Beach. That's a different area of Hinckley. So this is called Boaters Beach. It's the one you're thinking of. And it's all sand over there. And if you have a jet ski or you have a boat of any kind, it's easy to just beach it, to run it right up on the beach, and all kinds of fun tomfoolery shenanigans over there.
For people that don't have a camp.
Correct.
Like a lot of lakes you go to, you like to have a home base where you don't want to be on your boat or your jet ski all day long.
Nope.
And this gives those people that just have a boat and that don't have a camp a place to get off the boat, bring chairs. I mean, we used to grill.
Oh yeah. And look, we loved the Fulton chain of lakes from Old Forge Pond up to Inlet, 12 miles of lakes, and we loved the Old Forge area. But to go up there and not have a home base, a camp, or where do you tie up? Where do you, it's difficult. You can stop at Dacres, I guess. You can tie up an inlet. And there's that one little park on Fourth Lake, but very limited space. And sometimes it gets choppy. So anyway, Hinckley's a great spot. On our way up, I'll let Kelly talk about our stop in Barneveld.
We stopped at DeSantis Meat Market. It's on the right-hand side, right after you pass through Barneveld. They have amazing meats. They have chicken, they have steaks, they have hamburger, sausage, like everything that you can think of there in the meat case. And we decided to bring steaks because our friends are so awesome for inviting us up that we said, what better way to repay them than to bring something really, really good to throw on the grill. And the steaks you get to hand pick them. You get to tell them which ones you want in the case.
Classic butcher setup. I mean, it's a true family-owned butcher shop.
And it's a wide variety of cuts. Like if you like filet mignon, they had those. We got ribeyes. They have the big sirloins, they have chicken. They also have a huge selection of seafood that people were walking out with bags of like steamers. And I saw another person grabbing the crab legs. They are frozen, but I mean, you still have a great selection there. And the other thing that we always used to get from there was the cheese. Remember?
Yeah.
We would get the sharp cheddar cheese. Scott and I are suckers for the sharp, salty cheese. And they also carry that as well.
Yeah, honestly, if you're in Schuyler, Whitestown, North Utica, even just anywhere in Utica, I'm sure they get a lot of people that, we're talking about stopping there on the way through up north, but I'm sure that's a destination stop for a lot of people that live in that area too.
And they do subs. I also want to mention that too, that they do make to order subs as well. And they slice all the meat right there in the deli and they'll make your sub right there for you.
And right next door is the ADK Beverage Center. So, if you're heading to the lake, if you're heading to camp, got to have a little something to bring to drink, right? And huge selection, huge walk-in cooler. I think they call it the beer cave.
Yeah.
Whereas this is, just huge walk-in cooler and just a huge selection. So right next to it, store to one another, and just a great place to stop. I want to give one more shout out. Is there anything on your list before we start the weekend buzz? All right. One more shout out to Sonny Cachator, who opened in New Hartford a place called Rage and Relax. And this has become all the rage nowadays. And I think it's the only one in our area. So basically, old TVs and appliances and computers, you go in there with either a bat or a hammer or a sledgehammer. I don't quite know, but you go in there and destroy stuff. And that's the rage part.
Yeah, and then the relax, they also have like a paint room too, where you can like paint and get all messy. And
so something different, right? If you're looking to let out some aggression, frustration in a legal way, and you want to destroy stuff, the Rage and Relax, I would follow them on Facebook. But the second reason I bring it up is because some of the hardest things in the world to get rid of are old computers, old TVs, any electronics, or
Ringer, like a massive ringer.
yeah,
It's
they
so
sat in our
old.
basement forever. And so he's always looking for those just to be donated, because otherwise you got to go up to the junkyard, or there's certain restrictions or times or ways to get rid of this stuff. So if you message the Rage and Relax DMs on Facebook, he'll give you instructions on how those can be dropped off. And it's an easy way to get rid of some of your junk.
For sure.
Let's talk about the week ahead.
Okay, kick off on Friday, June 7th. We have the Taste of Syracuse. That's there all weekend. The Summit Federal Credit Union Taste of Syracuse, presented by Tops Friendly Markets, returns on June 7th and 8th in and around Clinton Square in downtown Syracuse, and it is free. It's free to walk around the booths. However, you have to pay $2 per sample. And I don't hate this because there's certain things that I would never want to sample. So I kind of don't mind that they're not charging an overhead charge, and you just pay for what you want to try. And so there will be 30 bands that will play on 3 different stages over the course of the weekend, with the iconic 90s headliner Hanson playing Saturday night. How funny is that?
Is that Mbop?
Mbop. Yes, on the main stage. Plus, the rock band Cracker will also play too. You can visit www.tasteofsyracuse.com for a list of current food vendors and entertainment schedules. Donations will be collected for Griffin's Guardian and Paige's Butterfly Run. These are both nonprofits for pediatric cancer. And you can make those donations at the Summit and Top booths.
So, Mbop was really cute when those boys were 12. I'm curious to know what that looks like now that they're 47. You're not going for Hanson. Let's admit it, right? I mean, if you're going for all the food and other festivities.
Some people might be going for Hanson.
Sorry to that one person I just offended. We'll let Kelly do the Dolgeville Violet Festival. That's a huge event this weekend. I'll give her a quick break. I will first hit the first Friday summer celebration at Munson. So that's this Friday, 5 to 7:30. Kick off the summer season with Utica's favorite happy hour event, First Friday. Join them for live music, food trucks, and fun as they celebrate Pride Month at Munson. So Munson members are invited to bring along a friend for free. Members also help share love with all types of art with their community by encouraging others to be involved and making art accessible to everyone. So with that, members are free, $5 to the general admission. It's First Friday, and it's this Friday at Munson, 5 o'clock to 7:30.
Okay, Dodgeville Violet Festival. This is a weekend-long festival as well, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. And they have a massive, it's
a huge event.
It's a huge
Been doing
event.
it forever.
Yeah, exactly. So if you go to Dodgeville Violet Festival, you will be able to see the schedule of events. I mean, it kicks off on Friday with the village-wide garage sale. They have Whiskey Creek at Rustic Ties, no charge, from 7 to 11 p.m. on Friday night. I've never seen that venue before.
Gorgeous.
I've been there before. Yeah. And we've seen Whiskey Creek before. They're a really, really good band. So the fact that they're offering that free of charge, you can just go enjoy. That's pretty awesome. On Saturday, they have vendors set up. They have a pancake breakfast. They have the parade, which is also on Saturday. They have a flower show. They also have multiple bands playing on Friday on different stages. Like I said, there's just a huge amount of
big weekend in Dolgeville.
Right.
Do they still do the 5K?
So I was going to get to that. On Sunday, June 9th, you can do the Run for the Violets 5K. And then there's a 1K Kids Fun Run. And we have a picture of Connor back. This was Scott and I were running and training for the Boilermaker, as we are again this year. And Connor was super excited. This was the first race he had ever done. And I did the race with him. I can't remember why you didn't. I think you hung with Jenna.
Jenna was probably a baby. Well, we did the 5K.
Right. Well, Jenna was in the stroller though, and I ran the 1K with Connor, and he was just so excited to participate in that. So like I said, there's just a huge amount of activities and things that are going on. So if you go to Dodgeville Violet Festival, just Google it. You will get to pick and choose the events that you want to attend.
That was back when we were in shape. And I remember that being a a pretty challenging
my
5K,
God.
like
Yeah,
a lot
the
of hills.
is crazy. Yeah.
I don't know if we should do that this year or not.
No.
On Saturday, we got the world's largest yard sale. I always get a chuckle out of such
Advertisements
hyperbole
and I
around
know.
the world's largest. I guarantee this is not the world's largest yard sale, but they said it is, so we're going to go with it. It's at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. It's $4 per person unless you are 10 and under, and then it is completely free to go in and see the largest yard sale in the world.
So I decided to include this at the Stanley. I always like to check the Stanley Theater and see things that are going on. And there is a musical at the Stanley Theater this week, on Saturday, called Metapause the Musical 2, Cruising Through the Change. So it's the sequel to the long-running international hit show Metapause the Musical, a groundbreaking celebration of women who are on the brink, in the middle of, or have survived the change. So I chose to include that because that might be something fun that some people might be for, a ladies' afternoon. It's 3 p.m. I believe the show starts. Yeah,
a little
3
matinee.
p.m. Yep, and tickets start at $41. So if you're looking for something fun to do Saturday afternoon, if the weather is not great, that might be something fun for you to do. Scott, myself, and the kids will be doing the Amazing Gracie Golf Scramble. We'll talk a little bit about this event. It is closed now, and tickets sell out really quick. We had Jeff and Lisa on
Our Hey Neighbor at the Lawtons.
On our Hey Neighbor, and they promoted the Golf Scramble and Amazing Gracie, the Night of Grace. This is a amazing foundation that does wonderful things for children that are struggling with cancer and that want to make a memorable experience or trip, and they have to be under the age of, I believe, 2.
Yeah, we might be messing that up, but the whole premise of the foundation, it's a 501c3, is that children who are battling cancer before the age of 2 or 3 make a wish. You have to be a certain age. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah. And so there was a gap. And unfortunately, the Lawtons went through this with their daughter Gracie, who I believe was 1 or 2.
She was like 18 months old when they found out that
so she wasn't eligible for Make a Wish. And so really cool. They've dedicated their time and resources and really put together what's become this behemoth of a nonprofit locally that helps families create these memories for children who do not qualify for Make a Wish. So
the reason I wanted to mention this, I know that the tickets are, sold out. You can't participate in golf, but going forward, they also offer, just if you would like to attend for the dinner and the silent auction, they also offer tickets. So if you're not a golfer, you can still be part of the event. And then the other thing is they accept donations. The amount of prizes that they have from local businesses that just donate. And it is amazing to see so much support for a local, foundation like this.
Yeah, and if we're just looking for, a charitable foundation
that's why I wanted to mention
that keeps the money local and helps families battling the worst kind of situation with a child going through that, and being able to create that memory and frankly could be the only memory or best memory of that child's life. Jeff and Lisa Law and Amazing Gracie's foundation, they're doing that. So give them a look. Another Hey Neighbor that we had on recently was Sarah Gaetano. Sarah's a middle school teacher at Clinton. This is focused on Clinton High School, but on Sunday, the Brooks, we're in chicken barbecue season, right? So Brooks Chicken Barbecue will be held to benefit the Clinton Fire Department. It's at the Clinton High School, and it starts at 10 a.m. They're doing some other stuff here, too. What are they doing? They're doing Oneida County Sheriff.
They bring all the cars in.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, the car show.
Okay, so the cruise-in starts at 10. All right, here we go, Scott. We got this.
There you go.
Where the Oneida County Sheriff's Safe Child ID, they've got a bunch of activities and safety, events for the kids.
Safe ID, the child safety ID thing is something really important for parents to do. And I know a lot of times they do it at the school. It's included like in the school pictures and stuff. It's where you can register, obviously, your child, and they get almost like a driver's license per se, and they're in the system so that in the event that you feel like you have not lost your child, but your
Well,
child
it
might
just
have been taken.
an extra
or
precaution,
yes,
to
for
help
sure.
identify these children
Yes.
if that's were to happen.
Right.
And then the Brooks Chicken Barbecue will start at noon. Chicken dinners are $14, cash or credit. That's rare. You can use credit. Available drive-through or walk up. So that's the week that was. That's the weekend that is ahead. Hopefully the weather holds off. A little dicey. We got the old 50-50 shot this weekend. So we'll see. It'll be some good, some bad. Hopefully they got it wrong with the rain, at least for one of the days. And we go from there. So that's it. Appreciate you sticking with us, and we will see you out there.
Thank you for tuning in to another Love Living Local episode. Before you head out to support all things Central New York, we just have one ask of you. Please help us share the love we have for our community by sharing this podcast with a neighbor of yours. We truly appreciate you. In fact, you are one of the many reasons we love living local.